everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, so we are outside taking a walk, getting some fresh air, getting a little exercise, and wanted to check in with all of you. I had a week last week where I had 2 podcast episodes that I listened to that I absolutely loved, that I shared with other people, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll share them with you. I don't know if you're all like me. I listen to podcasts almost every day. Some humorous, some educational, some historic fiction, like learning stuff. All kinds of different topics. So like I said, wanted to share the 2 episodes with you all that I found really, really interesting. One of the episodes was Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is not someone I'm super familiar with. I just stumbled across her podcast a few months ago. I've listened to some and really like them. So from what I understand, Mel Robbins is a speaker, an author. Again, don't know a whole lot about her, but the few episodes that I've listened to, I've really liked. And this last one she had last week was Dr. Stacy Sims. So Dr. Stacy Sims is a doctor of physical therapy, and she focuses and has spent years researching women's health, women's fitness, women's physical abilities versus men. And if you listen to the episode, you'll hear her say many times that women are not just small men. I loved this episode. There was a few nuggets that I took away that I know that I'm already implementing into my daily routine, which if you listen to a lot of podcasts or read books often, like I do, there's many times where you'll be like, that was good, but do you really implement it in to your daily life? And this one, I did. I really loved how she talked about the differences in how women can have benefits from training that are different from men based on the fat distribution versus muscle distribution, why women and men get different results out of the same training programs, and how we can't just do a training program. How we can't just do a training program that gets given to a man and expect the same results. So if you're a woman, if you're with a woman who is trying to be healthy, is maybe trying to lose weight or trying to gain muscle, this episode was great. I also really liked the way she was talking about creatine. Creatine is something that I've been supplementing with for at least the last year, and I do think it has made a difference in my brain clarity. Super easy to take, really cheap. Maybe I'll put the link for the Thorn brand that I use through Fullscript in the description below. But it's flavorless. You literally can put it in water and you're not going to taste it. But the benefits of creatine, if you listen to this episode with Stacy Sims, she will start to expand upon that. So it was great. It was really, really good. The one thing that I started implementing immediately was, as a woman, I need to signal to my body that I am okay in the morning. I'm not being chased by a tiger. I have food sources. So in order to calm my body down, I have to give it food right away in the morning. So I've started changing up when I drink my protein shake to literally 4:45 in the morning before I work out versus 6:15. And that difference should hopefully allow me to have less of a cortisol response, less of a stress response, and a better gain response from the exercise and just daily life as it goes on. So that one was great. And if you really like that one, again, this was just last week on the Mel Robbins podcast. Again, I'll link it in the description below. But if you liked that one and you want to learn more from Stacy Sims, she was also on the Huberman Lab podcast. I think it was last February or what? No. It was last July, because I looked it up in case you guys wanted to know. So it was a while ago, but that was a much longer form podcast. The Mel Robbins one was like an hour and a half maybe. The one with Andrew Huberman, was like 2.5 hours. And also excellent interview and podcast. So that's podcast number 1. Podcast number 2 was Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan has the number 1 podcast in the world. I don't listen to all of his by any means. They are definitely long format, but I listen to many of them, and I love his podcast because he asks really great questions, and he's just so curious, and he's so smart. I mean, he's learned from so many people over the years with all of his podcasts. So he had Suzanne Humphreys on, who's a medical doctor, a nephrologist, a kidney doctor. This one might be a little more controversial for some of you, but that's why I really suggest you listen to it or watch it. Because Suzanne Humphreys is talking all about vaccines and vaccine safety and vaccine testing and the trials and all the stuff, the history, way back. Much of the stuff, I shouldn't say much. Some of the stuff that she talked about, I did know. I've been studying vaccines and their effectiveness and their safety and their testing for a long time. But she outlined some things that I had no idea, and it made me want to vomit. It was just absolutely disgusting, the lies and the corruption behind the vaccine industry. So again, this may be a topic that you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, and you may think that I'm crazy for even suggesting listening to it, but that's the exact reason why you should listen to it or watch it with Joe Rogan, because it will help you learn the other side of what's been portrayed for so many decades, generations, really. And it might help you kind of just start to think a little bit different about that whole topic. And I'm sure I'm going to get flack in the comments for that suggestion, but I really encourage you not to give me any comments until you go listen to the entire thing, and listen all the way to the end, because at the very end she goes into some stuff that I was appalled at. So yeah, that one's a little longer. I think it was maybe just under 3 hours. It went really fast. I also listened to all my audio, because I listen to audiobooks and I listen to a lot of podcasts on 1.5 times speed. So I get through them maybe a little quicker than some people, but it's definitely an option if you're wanting to learn but you don't have as much time. We all have time to learn. I think we should make time to learn. And these 2 podcasts are one way to do that. If you wanted a bonus, a third little podcast, and if you're like, ooh, those are heavy, I recommend Anything by Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. That's another podcast that I turn to when I just need to do something a little more lighthearted. He had Amy Poehler on recently. Who else did he have on recently? That was really good. I'm trying to think, I can't remember. But I laugh out loud when I watch Conan O'Brien, but I've also been a Conan O'Brien fan for a long time as well. So go listen to those episodes. I'll link them below in the show notes. They're 2 of the largest podcasts in the world, from what I understand. Mel Robbins is too. So they won't be hard to find. And they were just last week. And if you're listening to this in mid-April of 2025, that will, they'll pop up pretty quick for you. But let me know what you think. Let me know some of your podcast suggestions as well. I'm always looking for new good ones to listen to and subscribe to. And speaking of subscribing, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like this video and come back again. I've got new videos that come out every Monday and Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.